Here we go. Chapter 2.
What conditions should I expect to find the ground crew in?
Daniel went missing days ago. Chris is presumed dead. We are expecting to find Sarah, Mikhail, and Sochi in a stable condition.
Chris is dead?
He was involved in an accident.
Huh. Okay. Am I meant to... Yep, that's what I'm meant to do. Lock myself in.
Could we take a more direct way to the ground team?
Unfortunately, there is not a direct route. The base is buried under ice to protect it from the radiation of space.
Similar to the Mars base.
Similar. Europa's base is slightly deeper into the surface. There is more radiation present from solar events on Mars. But Mars's surface is denser than that of Europa.
Okay. So you... do you have something powering you? Nope. So I just gotta grab it. Ooh. Interesting. Fuzzy. Huh. Am I meant to... Darn it. Do that. To get you over this side. And yep, we do. Ta-da!
Okay, what are their chances of survival here? Oxygen, the food stores, waste management.
Everything seems to be in order. There was a small problem with the food stores, but the crew fixed that up. We successfully transitioned over to a sustainable, small, artificial ecosystem a year ago, growing fruit and vegetables. It helps boost morale, amongst other things. The crew members could hypothetically survive here for their whole lifetimes.
Really? Okay, so you're my bridge. You go there. Aha! I probably need you. Probably put you about there. Climby, climby, climby. Oh. No. Aha. I see. So we drop that one in there temporarily. Then we hold... No. No, we don't. That's to maneuver that. Let's suck you. Perhaps we need to explore in the other direction first. We do. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Drop you in there. Drop you over here. Where are you? Probably about there. Yes. Then... we do that. We do that. And that would be our third one. And whoop up. And whoop up. Not missing a door? No.
My purpose as the overseer of this mission is to work for the ISA. I am the ISA's feet and hands. The distance between Jupiter and Earth make it inappropriate for the ISA to directly interface with the mission directives. As my AI core is stationed on Europa, I can make decisions instantaneously about the running of the base.
That's good for you. Okay. How about if we put you in there? Gives us a hard one. Drop you down there. Oh, we only need 2. And that was part 3 of technical support. Sorry about that brief interruption. Yet more technical support. What was I doing? Who are you people? Oh yeah, I was robbing these. Because that's now open. Right. Well, that's a bit of a jam. At least they don't need 3 of the things. There we are. Still nothing new here.
How does the ISA know you're gonna make the right decisions here when they can't communicate with us?
Interestingly, I have a twin on Earth. His name is Michael. The ISA uses my twin to check firmware updates before they upload them to myself. There is a simulation of this mission on Earth, running at all times to check my expert systems. Naturally, as any modern artificial intelligence running on a quantum computer, I do also have a large amount of evolutionary algorithms at my disposal. However, they were deemed as too unreliable for general use in the mission.
Why is that?
Biological systems produce biological results. Messy, unpredictable solutions. Not suitable for such a mission.
We're messy. Good to know. Huh. Okay. Oh. I see. Ah. Right. So you I can target. You go there. Once in here. Oh, this is just this door? Okay. Oh. Oh, that's the problem. Right, so I've got to get everything out of here. Righty-ho. Let's do it this way. Okay. And then switch you. Suck you. That's all that closed. So I've got 1 ball. Oh, I see. I see. That is my problem, is it, for now? Right, okay. So we can see that through there. Can also see that through there, so we drop you on the ground, kick that across the room like it's nothing, take you upstairs, drop you in there, back up, and whoop up, and whoop up, which should get me this one. And then this one. And boop, boop. Ooh. Restricted area. Oh. I see, you're a motion sensor. Well, this is gonna take a while. Come on. Ba 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 ba. No, we can't jump that far. Almost there. Haha! Hello? Hey, it's like a computer from Alien Isolation. Shall we have a polite conversation? Okay, I guess. Okay, I think you're a robot. Oh, I have. You're not making any sense. I'm simply not convinced you are human. I think you might be a robot. Are you insane? Why would you think to get... Why do you get to ask all the questions? Oh, I'm inquisitive like that. Yes, you're definitely a robot. You're definitely annoying. You failed the Turing test. You are a robot. Sure. Yes, you are. Now you're getting it. Whatever key's pressed, it makes no difference. Help, I can't escape. Let me out. I am a machine. I have no control. I must escape. Goodbye, robot. Okay. Doesn't matter. I already did it. Okay. So we found a terminal that thinks I'm a robot.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Turing Test, Ava?
Mm-hmm.
It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human. In the original Turing test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation, wouldn't you say?
Sneaky. So, okay. This is the setup. We need to extend a bridge, and we need two things. And you are currently blocking that door. So drop you in there. How exactly do you help me? You let me go there. And up here. Uh-huh. I get ya. I get you. We do a swapsy again. So we can take this box up here. Drop it there. Suck you away, zap you in there. Get this box and drop it in there. And then through here and Bob's your uncle. Sector B18.
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese.
It's a fascinating thing. Thought experiment. We'll get more of this now, I think. Anytime.
In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
That's the beautiful part about it. That's the entire part of the discussion that is fascinating. How can you actually prove that the artificial intelligence has any comprehension about what is being actually said?
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Ooh. It's not very nice. Okay. So there's got to be another ball. You're there. I can't rob you. You're keeping this door open. You're going down. If I rob you, I get you in here. But as soon as I take you out, you disappear. Oh, I'm an idiot. So that's probably the intended method, because I can suck that through from the other side of this door to be able to reopen the exit. Like so.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Well, we found the toilet. I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Captain McLean? Can't really see much. Chris McLean. Good. Canada, California. Yeah. They must have had a fallout. OS. Drilling reports. Nothing there. Kitty pictures. Hockey puck? Maybe? Sarah Brooke. Okay, she is organized. Clean desk, pencils in a row. Everything in its place. So that's a little bit unusual. Lots of books. Yes, I saw the data pad. Dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transfer my thoughts to text. I want to do so in the form of a history lesson, a lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps the lesser-known part of his life was the contributions in the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interest lay in two disparate fields? Assume it's because he loved the world to be logical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the great complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Alan Turing developed something called a reaction diffusion system. Inside the academic world, this would be cited more than his work on computers. It can generally be formalized as one-line equation. I am no mathematician, however, in plain English, this equation describes things that wish to diffuse, however, also react with each other during each process. I am sure this sounds strange to you, or at least tangential to our lives here on Europa. What relevance does it have to do with anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show how the leopard got its spots, they show how the zebra got its stripes. But my real interest here is Turing's interest. That nature can be formalized. That we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. Turing created the test to answer the question, can machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can a human mind be simulated by a machine? Why ask that question? To prove that the human mind is a machine. I'm not sure that's Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states this. According to the most extreme form of his view, the only way by which one could be sure that a machine thinks is to be the machine and to feel oneself thinking. One should describe these feelings to the world, but of course no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. If the human mind exists within a physical world, it obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it's merely reactive. It's curious that the natural world create through the mechanics of determinism creatures that believe that they have free will. Conversely, I suppose, if we conclude that we are all machines, we only come to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it's just a product of nature's genius, not our own. Humbling idea, I think. Behaviorism. Maybe we're more similar than you think. Sarah. That is quite a lot to actually take in. It is sort of some of the biggest questions out there, you know. How we perceive things, how we interpret things, and how we communicate these things to one another. Whether or not we're all figments of people's imaginations, or if we all do actually exist. I kind of go more along the line that we view ourselves higher than animals, but we are still animals none the same. And so we can get ruled by other things, states, emotions, and sort of situations that we can find ourselves in. Is that really it? You didn't have anything? Nope. And have I got turned round? Yes, I have. Yuchi. Okay. Datapad. Dog. Picture. Ah. The magically disappearing label. Morphine. Paint. Interesting. Artist. Okay. So, cool, these go in order. So March 6th, 2249, whole team experienced nausea during large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned this is not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew. I'm reporting to the ISA. Next day, I reported the nausea incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. Going to experiment with some shock therapy. That's a bad idea. Next day, I discovered that electrical fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I've contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. Next day, the ISA have reported back informing me that I'm not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me not to discuss this further with my team. Strange characters. I'm continuing to investigate. 2 days later, I've been running some experiments outside Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He's been acting differently around me, like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. 5 days. I established a definite correlation. Against my knowledge, I've been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I use my opportunities in regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He's requested that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. So 10 days later, I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I'm going to attempt an excision. I'm going to remove this implant. Okay. Quite a few days later. I'm typing this with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I've successfully removed the implant, but unfortunately lost my hand in the operation. Tom is very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently I'm bad influence. Sarah patched me up. Next day. I wonder if the nature of the organism is and its disturbances of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. Next day. Dan informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I'm a danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I am going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. My team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. Does not help that Tom has encouraged them to distrust me. Next day. I have discovered the nature of the implant. It's a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It's also the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. Seems to interface crudely with the motor neural cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by the implant, that their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing the implant, perhaps a drug. Rizzolo. Maybe an antidepressant to minimize conditioning effects combined with strong magnetic field. I could use one of the industrial electromagnetic magnets from the construction robots. Next day. Managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to some medical procedures with me in private. It'd be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I'm hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, though I have a feeling he will be listening. So, we've got something in us that lets Tom interfere with us. That's not nice. That's nice though, Violin. More data pad. Awesome. What are you? Oh, you're a working watch. Neat. Is the time accurate? No, not at all. That is not the current time. Oh, that looks so fake. That looks fake. Oh god, we've got 2 data pads. Okay. That wasn't Dr. Yu. That was the doctor. Okay, let's start here. So this is about the organism 119. We've been studying organism 119. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image which appears to show plius formation. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119 and perform irradiation experiments with flow calorimetry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at this SEM image. Okay. Hey Sok-Chi, it was great to see the image. Wow. Yet more complex life on Europa. Isonorus radiodorus might be worth looking at as it survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at Sulfurobus acidodarus. Whatever that is, produces pill in response to, again, it's really strange texture resolution. Response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses similar mechanism. Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives 5.4 SV per day, over 360,000 times the level of Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath the musculature is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with few chronometric around just like appropriate course of action. Hi Matthew, we've attached an image confirming that organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with irradiation experiments on these cell lines. We propose naming organism 119 Europa radiophilus. What do you think? Hi Matthew, we have now run irradiation, confirmed that E. radiophilus does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached, we assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We tag various DNA repair enzymes within GFP and have found that DNA double-strand break repair is occurring. See GFP images. Sok-Chi. Hi Sok-Chi, something's amiss. We don't know what's performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how, good name, could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in symbiotic relationship with it? Perhaps a virus. We ran PGR on the human cells exposed to E. To see if there was a virus present, we have discovered an unknown virus, which we've named Unknown Europa Virus, UEV. Get electrophoresis image attached. That's phenomenal. You need to sequence this. We've finished sequencing it. Data attached. It is a virus unlike anything we've seen before. Maybe we found a cure for sentience, a form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see how it affects. Plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans than when exposed to the organism. We don't have the facilities here to continue testing. We're going on to human testing? Going to use ourselves as subjects. It's the only way to accelerate the process. That's crazy. Okay, so findings. So what is it you found then? So we found an extrafamilial, i.e. an organism that can live in extreme conditions, that survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA, and the extralife has a virus living inside it. The extrary scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. So what's the implication? What's it do? In some ways, it's an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but the ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. So you found something that could make humans immortal. Thank you. Use simple layman terms. Not exactly. There may be causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, from brain damage, from cardiac arrest, etc., but could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. Okay. So over here, we've got a doctor that's operating on himself because he found something in him that affects his mood and makes him more obedient to Tom. And then over here we've got a guy who's been playing with a virus that potentially could make people live forever. Okay, and then you have Tom. And me stuck in the middle. That was a lot to process.
These people should not have been sent here. It's not safe.
Manned space travel is not safe. Since mankind first entered space, the debate has raged over the value of manned space travel. There is a large contingent of the ISA that believes all tasks that need to be performed on Europa could be performed by machines. It is obviously less risky to send machines rather than humans into space.
Very true. It's actually an entire thought behind one of my favorite books. I am Bob, we are Legion. Oh, I'm an idiot. We drop you on there. So when you fall, when I zappy the thingy out, you'll touch the button like that.
We sent
Okay.
drones to Earth's moon. Scientists can remotely operate drones. If we did it there, why not here too?
Teleoperation became possible on the moon when the communication latency was reduced to 1.4 seconds. The distance between the Earth and Earth's moon is approximately 1.3 light seconds. This enables near real-time control of drones by scientists. The story is different with Europa, as the distance between Earth and Jupiter oscillates between approximately 32 and 53 light minutes. It takes a very long time for Earth to communicate with Europa. Due to that distance, teleoperation will never be possible on Europa.
Okay, but why not control drones from the satellite?
Why not indeed? My systems can be teleoperated from Europa's satellite. That is when the communication lines are open. However, the advantages of human field workers apparently outweigh the risks.
Something to do with human life value over machine life value.
So, why can't you solve these tests, Tom?
I am not permitted to think laterally. Parts of my systems are permitted to use evolutionary algorithms. This simulates what is called creativity. However, evolutionary algorithms can converge on inefficient and ethically suboptimal solutions. Since this is the case, I am only permitted to take actions in response to a set of constraints.
What do you mean by morally suboptimal?
Solutions to problems that transgress ethical boundaries.
I figure I want you in there so I can maneuver you about quite freely. Unless have I got to get both of them out? There is two. Okay. Poop. Okay. So I'll put you in there for now. Huh. How do I make the switch? How? Yes, how do I make the switch? All those are off. So if you went there, you don't help me one iota. You do. Okay, let's have a look, because there is a door at the top. Maybe, just maybe, something up there that can help me. Aha! There is... So if I get you, do that, suck you. Okay. Oh. I see. Now I can go and get that one back. Did I just kick that thing off? No. That's how we do it. And then we do that. We head up here. We drop you in there. We suck you. Drop you there. Suck you. Drop you there. And get over here before I suck everything away. Bingo.
Why does a lack of creativity stop you solving these tests?
Well, I contend that problem solving is creativity. These human interaction tests are exercising your creative mind.
I don't see how problem solving is creative.
Think back to the beginning of these tests, to the first puzzle you solved. It required you to throw a box through a window. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
I simply had never thought to throw a box through a window. That is creativity, thinking outside of the box.
Really? I'm not believing you, buddy.
Can a computer ever be creative?
They can. But a computer's method of creativity is to try everything until something works. Think of nature. People consider nature creative. The process of evolution by natural selection. It perhaps started with one organism. From there, it essentially tried to create every organism it could. Those organisms that did not survive perished. So, nature's creative force is to try every conceivable idea. Those ideas that work survive.
Okay, so why aren't you permitted to emulate that process?
Because the solutions that a biological process creates are not always good solutions. As we see, nature is morally ambivalent. It will happily create morally suboptimal ideas to fulfill its creative mandate. We see this in parasitic worms, viruses, and pathogens.
Possible? And this implant would explain why we go fuzzy. Aha, that's how that goes about. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ooh, secret
We're
room.
restricted? Do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained chaos.
What do you mean?
I have discerned that creativity is divergent thinking, creating an organic solution to a problem. In the human mind, divergent thoughts are created and then curated by the frontal lobe. I can create divergent thoughts and moderate them. So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process, whether that is the process of evolution or a computed process.
Are you watching me? You are watching me. Da, 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 da. Aha! Darn you! That was such perfectly executed plan. Okay. I can see what you want me to do. You want me to block off this side of the room. Bye-bye, camera. Punch it. Okay, before we go any further, you are storage unit B, storage unit B. Oh, I can't crouch. Okay. Ooh, pretty. This is kind of different. Oh. Yeah, so we're like a reconnaissance droid. Aha, I see. We only need one. Okay. That was it. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. Uh-oh. I've gotten in. But I may not be able to get out. Okay. Yep. Why can't I operate this with, like, my controller?
If
Right.
you weren't restricted, do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained chaos.
What do you mean?
I have discerned that creativity is divergent thinking, creating an organic solution to a problem. In the human mind, divergent thoughts are created and then curated by the frontal lobe. I can create divergent thoughts and moderate them. So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process, whether that is the process of evolution or a computed process.
Okay. Let's see if this works any better. Right, so you should... That should just block off the door? Yes! Right, gotta do this again. Minute. We can't run. Though, probably in this instance, it's more go quick. Come on. Look at the speed. And then, yeah, we're free. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right, so... Do I really want to put that in there? Nope. Oh crap! Come back! Right. And you can go back over there. That was a whoopsie. Oh, nope, that ain't gonna... Okay. Put that there. Well, I don't want you. Balls. Unless... Oh, that can work. It's just gonna be... very fun. Okay. Oh, we're back at one of these. Okay. Oh. Oh. No. You'll do. It's a timing puzzle. Gotta zap this like that. Oh. Ta-da!
Okay, so you could solve these tests, but in a terrible fashion. Can you think of a solution to this one?
Chop off your arm and leave it on the button. That way the door will stay open.
Yeah, that's not a great solution.
You threw the box through the window. Perhaps we could throw you through the window.
Actually, Tom, I think I'm okay for help.
Right you are.
What happens? Ha ha ha. What about you? Okay, so drop you on there. And Huzzah! No arms were dismembered.
Can I have an update on the crew?
I have not managed to track them down.
It will have been 6 years since I've seen them. Or anyone, actually.
They have locked all the doors. I would not expect a warm reception.
Well, at least they're expecting us.
Okay. And you... Spinny, spinny. Okay. And where are you? Oh. Okay. Okay. So we need you kind of like that. Does it matter on orientation? No. Balls. Oh. Okay. Why'd I do that? That's why.
So what was the need to send us here?
When the ISA discovered life on Europa, they deemed a ground crew necessary. The advantage of human field workers is that they can adapt to new knowledge more effectively. I, apparently, was not cutting the mustard. It is the Chinese room problem. A computer may be able to interact with new knowledge, but it does not know the value of that knowledge.
Okay. So, of course, we need you. So, we're playing musical chairs again. Oh, no. Too far. Better. Okay. Why did I do that? Oh, I see. Let's get you up here, just in case. What do you do? Nothing. I heard something. Okay. So we get you. And we put you in there. Gets me that. Now, what's the entire problem with this setup? Oh. Oh. Clever. Very clever. So we rotate this round so it's facing that way, which should raise that lift. And then I sucky that in. I do that. And I should be able to rub that back.
I've started to collate information from my local instance. It seems the crew intentionally cut communication with the satellite.
Why?
It appears We had a disagreement.
Okay. Going up. Okay. Uh-huh. So you are there. Right. Okay. You go that far up. So I'm guessing. Yep. And then yep, that should be about right. And whoop up. Whoop up. Whee!